الفلاح. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. اللهم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما واجعل التفرق بعده تفرقا معصوما ولا تدع فينا شقيا ولا محروما. اللهم آمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most compassionate, the most merciful, all praise and thanks are due to Him, and peace and blessings be upon His beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He who is guided by the will of Allah, no one can misguide him, and he who is misguided, no one can guide him except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We do bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is His messenger. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The 29th session, inshallah, today, Tuesday, the 20th of December. Now, what did I say? 20, sorry. Oh yes, 59. Sorry, I'm sorry. Did I say 29? 59, that's true. I mean, in my mind, I mean 59. But I said 29. SubhanAllah. It's the 59, sorry. And by the way, as long as I made this mistake, in the fiqh, this is called sabq lisan. When you want to do your niyyah for the prayer, if you have a niyyah inside and you said something else, what is considered as your niyyah, not what you said. Okay? If for example, you have the niyyah to pray the dhuhr, and you said usalli lillahi ta'ala, literally salat al-asr, what is considered as your niyyah, not what your tongue has said. Just as long as you made the mistake, okay? فائدة فقهية. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. Okay, now just to remind you, we are, alhamdulillah, around the verses in chapter Al-Baqrah, which we were talking about last time. We highlighted the concept وَلَا تَقُولُوا لِمَنْ يُقْتَلُ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ أَمْوَاتٍ. So Allah is telling us the one who is killed for the cause of Allah, protecting something that Allah has asked to protect, like your honor, yourself, your money, your family, your country, and any good cause that Allah has made it something should be protected. You are, in our terminology, it's not just our actually, all the people they use this terminology, which is a martyr, shaheed. So in this context, we highlighted the concept of na'im al-qabr, because Allah literally is saying, don't say about them that they are amwat. Okay, they are what? What the Quran continues, bal ahya, but special nature of life. So we highlighted the concept of na'im al-qabr last time, and because we are dealing some kind of thematic interpretations, a tafsir mawdu'i, so we highlighted the concept of adab al-qabr as well, just to make sure, because this is the two wings of, the formula, if I may put it in this way. So we can't discuss the whole idea of barzakh without this. And one of the things that we finished last time, we were proving, because some people, because of some misunderstanding, for the superficial understanding of some verses, they deny the whole idea of living in the barzakh, which the best example that most of the people always do adab al-qabr, but actually al-barzakh is not just adab al-qabr. Al-barzakh is a full word which contains na'im and adab. It's a complete nature, just to fix in your mind. إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا تتنزل عليهم الملائكة. Now I'm approaching the second life. So I started witnessing. Okay? And someone is talking with me. Someone is welcoming me. ألا تخافوا ولا تحزنوا. Who's saying this? The angels. إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا تتنزل عليهم ملائكة. Their job, the angels, when they are approaching them, is to welcome them. And we highlighted many, sound of hadith last time, and I just, paid your attention to what most of the people always mention, which is النار يعرضون عليها غدوا وعشيا ويوم تقوم الساعة وأدخلوا آل فرعون أشد العذاب. This is the most common that the people use. But many people, they think this is the only thing. No, we have tens of other evidences about نعيم and عذاب القبر. This should be. Okay, no, I don't. يا عمي, this is غيب. You know what غيب means? If you believe in that Quran is mutawatir, when Allah tells you beyond your accessibility of knowledge, when He tells you, as long as it does not contradict the common sense. Because because the true religion, even the ghaib, has nothing to do with contradiction with the intellectual common sense. Be careful. We are not discussing this. It's just we don't know how does it happen. But it is what? Acceptable logically. Simply like our existence. Anyway, we highlighted this last time. We continue today. Now, today's lesson, inshallah, will be focusing on the concept of وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِنْ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ الَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ قَالُوا افتح قوس إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ راجعون. So the first thing we will highlight, inshallah, a good let's say discussion from the concept of البلاء, ابتلاء. We need to know this. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala وَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ, this reminds us with one of the most important concepts that should be clear for any Muslim. Without it, he's misunderstanding 90% of his existence. The two biggest verses that a normal Muslim, if he's not aware of them, he's missing everything. Missing everything. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ. These two verses, verily indeed I have not created the jinn and the human beings, but to worship me. He is the one who created life and death to test you and to put you into trial. If you don't know that we were created to obey Allah and we are in a big test, everything else, if it's not understood in light of these two big factors, you are missing the point. You are simply wasting your time, unable to explain tens, if not hundreds, of aspects in your life. In light of this, now it is clearly understood. The only problem will be, تفضل brother, if you want to say. جزاك الله خير. أهلا وسهلا. How are you? Good? MashaAllah. جزاكم الله خير. I just accepted Islam a few weeks ago. MashaAllah. Say congratulations to him. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. May Allah accept from you. So, if I do not know that I'm part of a big plan that contains obedience, test, obedience, tens, if not hundreds of things will not be understood. Will not. When you put yourself within the formula of these two big things, okay, you understand. Next step, accept or reject. Here comes rejection or acceptance. Acceptance means Islam, submission. Rejection means kufr. The whole idea of our existence. Finito. You know finito? خلصنا. خلاص, the story is finished. This is the whole, everything. But He created, He wanted, test, obedience. Now, the clarity will be by default. Just now your attitude, take a decision. You want this or this? It's up to you. Now, in light of this, I'm quoting now Al-Mufassir al-Sa'di. I'll be reading and quoting literal parts and I will explain. Because we have by the way, today's session, if it is clear in your mind, it could save you from tens of misunderstanding or incidents in your life that could make your life miserable. Now, if you understand and you accept and you put in the right context, you will be so happy, even if you are in a difficult situation, because you understand. You know, it's like a simple example. Now, when we have a throat infection, for example, okay? one of the most common things that they give us, which is the antibiotic. Now, all pharmacists, all doctors, they tell us the 10 tablets or 12 or 15 or whatever, full course, they take, let's say, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, it depends, okay? They tell you, be careful, you must finish the full course. Don't stop in the middle, or otherwise, by the way, every one of them tells you, none of us will find the full cure except after a few days. Is this clear or not? Now, you are suffering. You have the pain. You were given something, and you were told, if you take them, you will. Be careful. I'm talking about science now, not philosophy. Science. Physical science. Your body, medicine. Chemicals, biology, and chemistry. It's fully dependent whether you trust the doctor or not. Because you are not witnessing directly, and you can't touch the physical healing immediately. If you trust, you have to have hope, trust in the source of knowledge and medicine, because scientifically, is it possible, logically, that the medicine contains viruses? No. Now, in theory, is it possible that someone, while he was packing or manufacturing, he went to the washroom with his dirtiness and he touched something, you will swallow it and it could kill you? Logically, is it possible? Yes or no? Yes. Come on. It is very possible for anything, any food, any eat. But I'm talking about medicine. Right. Is it possible for whatever factors the medicine was not manufactured properly and it contains your death? Is it possible? Scientifically, is it possible? Definitely, 50% at least. Possible. Yet, you do what? You swallow it because you what? Trust. You what? Trust. Trust what?
The doctor.
You trust the doctor. You trust the system. You trust the medicine. Even though none of them is 100% scientifically guaranteed to give you the result that you are wishing. I'm speaking science now. Actually, I'm addressing those who believe in science. What's the difference between you and me as a believer when I trust a source and the possibility according to you? See, well, how can you trust? Habibi, enter, how can you trust? Enter. How can you trust? You. Depending on what? I believe in science. Habibi, what we have said, there is a missing gap. If you do not trust, you can't continue because you don't have direct, tangible, touchable, physical results. You will see them a few days later. So you are trusting on hope. So in principle, there's no difference between you and me. No difference at all. You are a believer and unbeliever, by the way. That's why every secular, every liberal, every atheist is a believer by default, whether he wanted or not. They believe in the system. By the way, when someone rob you or take your money or hurt you and you go to the courts.
Yeah.
You go to the courts. And you're still living 2 years going to the court sessions on the hope of what?
To return your right.
Return your right. Is it guaranteed? No. Then why you go? What motivates you to go?
We have a hope.
You have a hope. What is the scientific possibility to take your rights? In a non-corrupted society, scientifically speaking. 50%. Possible or not possible? For tens of possible reasons, scientifically speaking, logically speaking. Yet, you keep what? Paying for lawyers, going to the court on a hope. So what is the possibility you pass away before having any result? You pass away. No one is against you. You yourself disappear. What's the possibility? 50, 90, 80, depending on some factors, it could be 90%. Yet, we keep what? Going to the court, paying the tax, dealing with... I'm just giving you an example because a lot of non-religious, a lot of anti-religion. Okay, they keep attacking you, you stupid believers, you masakin, wasting your time, you trust in something you don't see. Ya habibi, mashallah alayk, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad, and you witness everything you believe in. You are just trusting, at least I'm trusting Allah. You are trusting a system that was built by a number of human beings, and maybe 90% of them, they are corrupted. Medical system. How many times it is revealed to us in the media that some doctors, we don't generalize, they do sexual harassment against very weak victims of their patients. How many times? How many times? Always we read in the media. That why we keep trusting the medical system? On a hope. With some precautions. I'm just giving you an idea, because when we discuss the concept of patience and the concept of sabr and the concept of bala, it might be theoretical, philosophical, faith-based issue that need trust. Once you want to think, because of the influence of the materialistic civilization, in the middle of nowhere, you might lose the concept. Think, Ya Ambi Ana, why should I put myself in the... Habibi, you are in it 24/7 everything. Or otherwise, you can't live in this life. You are using the same concept, even in your material life. You believe in a system, you put your trust in some people, yet there is no guarantee. But with Allah, they guarantee. Like Ahmed Didat, for example. He was asked once by atheist, rahimahullah. You know Ahmed Didat, I think. Everyone knows who's Ahmed Didat. Allah yarhamu. Allah yarhamu, rahmatullah. Ahmed Didat once was asked by an atheist. He was trying to mock him or to make fun of him in front of a group of people. He said, Shaykh Ahmed Didat, no hereafter, and there is no Jannah, no Nar, and nothing else. He was laughing. He said, I think I will not be more miserable than you when you discover that there is a Jannah, and there is a Nar, and there is a Akhirah. The same way of thinking. What will happen to you? Okay, but what about the other possibility, Habibi? That's why I developed my own what-if theory when I was discussing with my students at the university. Especially because sometimes I have a non-religious and clearly I have some atheists in my classes. And I ask them, do you have atheists? They raise their hand, they say, because I want to give you the space to defend yourself when I criticize you. So I developed the what-if theory. I said, look, imagine, which I did it maybe many times, imagine this is me and this is Mr. Atheist. He believes that there is nothing beyond this physical life. And he believes, according to what we can say, he does not believe in what we call ghaib, which is unseen, in the academic circles, the metaphysics, what comes beyond the physical existing world, okay? Now, he denies everything. We are just physical existence. And if he believes in Darwinism plus, we can just out of coincidence and we will disappear and we will be nothingness. Okay? Of the atheist. Now, atheist believes in this. So there is no hereafter, no resurrection, no soul, no accountability, nothing else. Like, Mr. Believer, and when I mean believer, I mean the Muslim believer. I don't talk about any other believer, okay? Now, Mr. Muslim believer, he believes that there is a barzakh and there is a creator, the only creator, controls everything. He has sent many prophets and messengers. We are commanded to do many things. We will be held accountable for everything we've done, said, reacted, acted upon. Okay? And we believe in 4 phases before we are birth. Since we are in the womb of our mothers, inside this dunya, and we believe in the barzakh, and then we believe in the resurrection, congregation, ba'ath wa nushur, and the accountability for a long time for everything we have done. Then we believe in eternal life, either in the Jannah or in the life. So, now imagine the following simple debates. Okay? I said, look, let's do it in a scientific way, academic scientific way. Let's put 50% for what I believe in as a possibility of it could happen. And 50%, this is very theoretical, okay? And let's put 50% for you. I'm debating with him. I used to tell him, I said, look, this is me and this is you. Now, if what you believe in happened to be true, when I pass away, what I'm gonna lose? I'm asking now, what I'm gonna lose? Nothing. Why? Why I'm gonna lose nothing? Because I will be nothing. I will be nothing. According to his faith, when I lose my awareness of my existence, I will be what? Nothing. I will be part of the nothingness. No awareness, no feelings, nothing. I'm nothing. So does the nothing realizes anything? So I will be nothing. You can't tell me you have lost the pleasure of drinking alcohol for 60 years. Yami, I have no feelings or remembrance to remember that I have lost nothing. I'm nothing. But, okay? However, at least to the best of our human understanding, I used to lead a decent, good, nice life. At least people used to love me because I did not lie. Okay, you consider me stupid because I believe that there's God who asked me not to lie. But the fact that I was not lying, you were respecting me. So I used to feel happy because I am respected. I did not drink alcohol, so I was not doing problems. No car accidents, no sexual harassments, no killing, no injuries, no troubles, no car accidents. So at least I was respecting myself. I do not go at night home urinating on myself in front of my kids and said laughing, Daddy, he took to kill himself. Then I wake up next day and my wife crying, telling me, do you know what have you done with your kids? Excuse me? Okay. I did not do these things. I did not have drugs because I was so idiot and stupid because I believe it's haram. However, practically, I did not destroy my organs. I did not destroy my body. Okay. When I passed away, I can't say I discovered because I will discover nothing because I will be nothing. Okay? I'm arguing in his way of thinking. But what if Mr. Atheist or rejecter of the whole idea, when you pass away, discovered what you thought it's not real, happened to be big reality. May God be with Soul Habibi. You are not just lost. May God be with your soul. You kept making fun, attacking, doing, you know. Have you watched Tom and Jerry?
Yeah.
You remember the bell? You see, Jerry sometimes when he starts trying to be, bullying, Tom, he was trying to bully John. When the dog comes, okay, he was making fun, you want to, oh my God, okay. The big thing came. It's cartoons, but it gives you an idea. Sometimes when you keep rejecting, making fun, at least put a possibility. Put it as a possibility. That's why Sheikh al-Nabilsi, said a very beautiful example. He said, imagine you are walking in a road and there was a sign by authorities telling you, be careful. A field which is full of mines. It's full of bombs hidden. Be careful. What should you do?
No, just don't cross. Don't cross.
Do you have the right to have doubts about the possibility? Do you have a right? Yes or no? Yes. But is it possible that someone is making a very tough, funny jokes with you? Yes. But is it possible that it's a true minefield? 50%. The fact that there is a possibility, there are hundreds of bombs that could losing part of your body or killing you. Is the only attitude is just to reject and to make fun and to close your eyes and to walk in the field? What do you call this? Craziness. Put a possibility, check it. At least take big stone, throw it. See if something happens. Watch what happened for others. Check, read, observe, ask, evidences, discuss, do something. But just to say, no, I don't think so. You don't think so? The possibility of what? Your hope? Your wishing thinking? That is a very funny attitude when someone rejects something because simply he has no knowledge or no access to it. This is a pure craziness. If I told you now, there is a man with a machine gun behind this wall, and I was poker face, and you're looking at me, hey, what joke you want to make? Is it possible that I'm joking? Yes. But is it possible that there is a real threat and I'm not able to say more than that, and they will kill me if I say more than that? Is it possible? But I mean, it's really against common sense just to put one possibility for my talk. Maybe someone will help me if I said something. The possibility is there. Anyway, our point is وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ. I'm just highlighting the importance of when you discuss the concept of bala and ibtila within the big picture of ibadah and bala. You need to put everything inside this. Sheikh Sa'di says, أخبر تعالى أنه لا بد أن يبتلي عباده بالمحن ليتبين الصادق من الكاذب والجازع من الصابر وهذه سنته تعالى في عباده. We have a very important faith concept. We need to declare it, to highlight it now. The Mufassir, he says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that He will be testing His servants بالمحن, which is, trials, tests, troubles, obstacles. ليتبين الصادق من الكاذب والجازع من الصابر, so that the truthful person compared with the liar, the jaza' and the sabr. Sabr is the patient. Al-jaza' is the one who refused to be patient. When say yatabayyan, so that it will be clear. Clear to who? But does Allah know in advance who will be as such or no? When I say yatabayyan, liyadhar. Yes? Allah knows. طيب يتبين for who? When they say, so that everyone will know. First of all, I myself. Imagine, because let me give you, according to this ayah, or this concept, some people might ask this very, very tricky question. They say, طيب, Sheikh, don't you claim as a Muslim, as a scholar, as a preacher, as a da'iyah, that Allah knows everything in the future? Yes. Does He know who will be a mu'min and a kafir? Yes. But why not to take it with a shortcut to khalas? Believers. By the way, if he did it, we are part of His khalq. If He did it, it's His right. But He did not do it. He could have done it. But He did not. But if He did it, imagine that He gave us an opportunity to express ourselves. What we will say to Allah if He did it. Yes?
We will say to you, didn't give us time.
Not time. You didn't give us what?
Chance.
A chance or opportunity. Say, Allah, how will I say? If He said to us, I know that He will do, but I did not have it. Ya Allah, this is injustice. Okay, tafadhal. Take your time. Tafadhal. Yeah, this is your time. You have the aql, you have the intellect, you have the time, you have the faculties, you have the fitrah, you have the ability, you have processing system, you have the system, you have the constitution. Go, tafadhal. You have this space of freedom. Allah did not say that He will give us full freedom. No. I explained to you. We are forced to certain things. There is no accountability. He did not give us to choose the time of our birth, our sex, male or female, our colors, our sizes. The fact that at a certain adulthood you will be 5 feet or 4 feet or 6 feet or 7 feet. It's not up to you. All these kind of decisions, the bone structure, the mean idea of you. You have no choice. Your mother, your father, but no accountability. So forget it. Just close the file. No accountability. I mean, the idea is not to be forced. The idea, am I forced in something? I will be accountable? No. Close the file. However, He gave us a space to maneuver. We have freedom. within these limitations and we are accountable. تفضل. Now when he say اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد ليتبين, when I say ليتبين الصادق من الكاذب, so ولنبلونكم, why? So that the one who's claiming genuinely that Ya Allah, I love you and I respect your commandments, okay, I sent you, okay, this your existence basically is based on the idea I will test you. Hadr Ya Allah, he made me sick. Why me? What did I do to you? Okay, you are lying. Failed in the exam. Yet, okay, second test, second opportunity. Further. I'm sorry Allah, I'm sorry Allah, sorry, couldn't stop. Okay, next time. I took part of your money. You were very rich, now you are a very humble person. Ya Allah, have you not found any person except me? Another rude attitude. We told you we will be testing you. Do you believe? Do you accept? Do you respect? Yes, no, yes, no. Keep claiming, you will be testing. طبعا we have this group and that group. Now, قال يتبين for who? For myself. Number one, Allah is doing what we call إقامة الحجة, establishing the argument against ourselves. So none of us will be able to say, why Allah? In the day of judgment, out of tens of verses, وقالوا لجلودهم لما شهدتم. They did not say لما كذبتم. When Allah, what was the prayer? قالوا أنطقنا الله الذي أنطق كل شيء. In the day of judgment, part of the long discussion of arguments and incidents and debates of the accountability, Allah will let the skin speak. And, Ya Sheikh, how does the skin speak? How does this piece of flesh speak? You tell me. By the way, is this a piece of flesh or not? This and that, piece of flesh or not? This is from this is the one who made this speak will be able to make this speak. What is the problem? What's the problem? And they will be rejecting and blaming why you became witnesses against us. They will not say why you are making lies against us. No, because they know. Many times I keep repeating that some certain ayat, they should be fixed and drilled in your psyche. وَجَحَدُوا بِهَا وَاسْتَيْقَنَتْهَا أَنفُسُهُمْ ظُلْمًا وَعُلُوًّا. They rejected, however, inside themselves they were full certain. But why Allah? ظُلْمًا وَعُلُوًّا. Injustice. Transgression. And arrogance. Very clear. قال ليتبين في عباده لأن السراء لو استمرت لأهل الإيمان ولم يحصل معها محنة لحصل الاختلاط الذي هو فساد وحكمة الله تقتضي تمييز أهل الخير من أهل الشر. Part of the wisdom of Allah of exposing us to trial to what? To distinguish for Him, for us, for every single individual, for us as a groups. Right, I will give you another evidences about this. In the context of talking about the battle of Uhud in chapter Al-Imran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at a certain point He said, اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد ليميز الخبيث من الطيب وما كان الله ليطلعكم على الغيب. كان أحد حافظ يذكرني بداية الآية. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. بداية الآية ليميز الله الخبيث من الطيب. آل-عمران كونتكست لوحد. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. وما كان الله على ما أنتم عليه حتى يميز الخبيث. الله يجزيك الخير. Thank you. وما كان الله شو قلنا؟ ليذر. الله يجزيك الخير. حافظها. وما كان الله ليذر المؤمنين على ما أنتم عليه حتى يميز الخبيث من الطيب. Allah is addressing the believers telling them, I will not leave you claiming, and you will be mixed altogether, keep claiming of God. Anyone can claim anything. There is an Arabic, poem verse. It says, سترى إذا انجلى الغبار أفرس تحتك أم حمار. You know what does this mean? Now, cavaliers and knights and all these big fighters, part of their pride when they are having a very strong horse, fighter. But sometimes if he's riding a mule or a donkey, he will lose 50% of his power. They say, okay, غبار المعركة, the dust, because when horses at battles, when they fight, they cause a lot of dust, to fly in the air, and your sight, your vision will be very difficult. You will not be able to see this knight, or this cavalier is riding a horse or a donkey. They say, سترى إذا انجلى الغبار أفرس تحتك أم حمار, which means just give it a time, let the dust come down, and you see this fighter is riding a horse, genuine horse, or just a donkey. It's a metaphor to say the claims can be verified and discovered by many ways. Sometimes time, sometimes the test, sometimes the genuine real cases, sometimes your friend who keeps saying, Wallah ya Shaykh uhibbuka fillah, and he's very rich, and you had a very difficult financial time, out of a sudden, without anything, just please, I need such and such. Wallah ya Shaykh, I'm sorry, very difficult. Just yesterday you told me you have an extra 2 million in your account. I need just 10,000 to solve the problem. Sheikh, sorry, I don't like to interfere these things with it. This is a clear-cut evidence how stingy and mean person he is. خلاص. Before that, all the time, أحبك في الله أحبك في الله أحبك في الله أحب الله إلا عن الشيطان إلا عن الكذب. By the way, when we curse the Satan, is it against maybe in the future we'll have a law, anyone says, but it will be against inclusion, because you have to be exclusive, inclusive. Yes, we need to include Mr. Satan. I don't know. Maybe at a certain point we will find a law in one of the countries. If you mention the Satan, this could be offensive. So you are very naughty. Yes, so don't be naughty, okay? What I was saying, well, I forgot. وما كان الله ليظهر المؤمن على حتى يميز الخبيث من الطيب. عندنا هذا الحديث Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم said, it's a sound حديث in البخاري. قال في آخر الزمن ينقسم الناس إلى فسطاطين، فسطاط إيمان لا كفر ولا نفاق فيه، وفسطاط كفر ونفاق لا إيمان فيه. Prophet Muhammad says, while approaching the end of the time, people will be distinguished into two main, clear, distinguished groups. A group of pure believers, they are not mixed with munafiqeen or non-believers, and the pure non-believers against the believers without any makeup. You can distinguish them. So why do you think Allah will make this always clear? Why do you think? Second step. Number one, Allah will do distinguishing. Allah will yubayyin. Allah will test. طيب, we have a certain time, it's distinguished. What's the benefit practically?
It would be reward or punishment.
Okay, this is number one. Phase number one for the person. Number two, while we are living still, when we see the distinguished two groups, for me as a third party, for example, what?
Bayan al-Din, like clarity.
Yes, the clarity. Okay, now take your choice. Sorry, take your decision. Tfaddal. You have this, you have that. Now, because if all the time, 24/7, everything is ambiguous, everything is mixed, how come the normal lay simple people will be able to realize the haqq from the batil? It's part of Allah's law in this dunya, like big anbiya, like the ulama, like the dua, who are asked لَتُبَيِّنُنَّهُ لِلنَّاسِ وَلَا تَكْتُمُونَهُ, which means it's your way to think, to dig in deep, to understand, and to know in the future. Okay, 5, 2, 3%, but the rest 95%. They need part of the will of Allah, things to be clear from time to time to witness how big lies this group A they were doing against. Now, oh, clear. Wow. Okay, تفضل. What's your attitude? For example, يعني, what happened in Qatar? You know Qatar and Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Now, part of what happened in Qatar about respecting others, respecting other cultures, human rights, how many double standards of pure hypocrisy in some mainstream media, millions of people witnessed. How many? Can you count them? You can't count. You can't count. Okay. What is the benefit of this for humanity? We have a group of people who keep claiming directly and indirectly, we are the best. This is our model. This is the best. Inclusive. Respect. Okay, ممتاز. Once things went against their own will and their own system, they showed their reality. What's the benefit? Anyone who was brainwashed, you witnessed the reality. Anyone was filled with the inferiority complex, to misunderstand, to live it. Oh my God. Okay, يلا تفضل, يلا. What's your attitude? Take your decision. No, I'm sorry. I love this. Okay, you discovered that they were lying. Yes. You knew, okay, let's face the consequences, habibi. Allah is establishing the argument against you. I got my point? We have mainstream media. Yeah, for example, a simple example. I read many articles about more than 15 years ago that the average of movie films just in America, Hollywood plus, just in America, each year, the average of 1,000 movie film contains a very bad image against Arabs and Muslims on a yearly basis. Average of 1,000. Can you imagine what does this mean? The average child or mature or youth who's watching Netflix, Hollywood, CNN, whatever, all the time, Arabs are just, they are bad people, liars, dirty people, the drug dealers, everything, whatever you go, Arab and Muslims. It depends. Sometimes Middle Eastern, sometimes Indian, sometimes Somalian. The criminals in the seas, all of them, they are Somalians. Very tough, very something. All this, subhanAllah. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings something like, for example, in Qatar, when those millions of people, they see how cheerful the people, how honest they are, how nice they are. People like, for example, in Latin America, very nice people, very friendly people. South America, very friendly, but they might be brainwashed. Sometimes Allah might do the argument to let all of these tens of millions of people witness to see, there's no problem with Arabs and Muslims. It happened. Then, this is called Iqam al-Hujjah. I'm just explaining the concept of testing and trial. Testing and trial is just not for me as an individual. There's a huge wisdom behind it. Okay. Right. قال وحكمة الله تقتضي تمييز أهل الخير من أهل الشر وهذه فائدة المحن, which means to distinguish between the people of evil and the good people. لا إزالة ما مع المؤمنين بالإيمان. There is no intention from Allah's side to put you into the corner to lose your faith. No, Allah will be testing you with the level that He knows you can bear. You can deal with, in case if you want. He will not test you with something it's impossible to stand. No, He will not. قال هذه فائدة المحن لا إزالة ما مع المؤمنين ولا ردهم عن دينهم فما كان الله ليضيع إيمان المؤمنين. Allah will not cause or push believers to the corner to lose their faith. No. Allah knows the level. ولله المثل الأعلى. ولله المثل الأعلى. People of medicine. التخدير شو اسمه بالإنجليزي مخدر؟ إيش؟ Anesthesia. تخدير بدي تخدير أنا. Anesthesia. Okay, anesthesia. Okay. For example, when you have a medical operation, the most important serious thing that they started is what? The anesthesia. Now, I'm not expert, but from what I hear, it's a very accurate amount. If it is more than This supposed with just very little amount, you lose your life. And you must be kept under control with the expert, if I say it, all the time to see. Less, more, less, more, because it could kill you. Okay? وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. So they gave you this just to relax everything, to be able to deal with the maslaha. What is the maslaha? Something very important. To do the surgery, to remove the tumor, to help you, to fix something, to whatever. Okay? With level. More level, lost your life. So what's the point of losing your life? Like the joke that they say, Doctor, how's the operation? Alhamdulillah, العملية ناجحة. والطبيب مات بس العملية ناجحة. The operation was successful, but the patient is dead. But the operation was very successful, but he's dead. So what's the point? We were doing this operation just to help him to stay alive. Okay, it's a joke, okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Hakim will not test us with something none of us can able to deal with. No. He knows what you can stand. He will send you the level exactly. By the way, we don't have the same level. Be careful. Because we don't have the same gifts. Depending on your gifts, you will be tested. That's why, Ya Nisa النبي لستن كأحد من النساء إن اتقيتن. Okay, mashallah. Many women would. Bismillah. شكله في جن زعلان منه. ها؟ بسم الله. خلصت البطارية. طب if you can give me just the wire معلش. ها؟ بسم الله. الله يجزيك الخير. I'm sorry, I was planning to finish 10 minutes ago, but just I'm finishing, inshallah. No more than 3 hours, inshallah. But yeah. Oh my God, no. Is he serious? Sorry. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was addressing the wives of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it's a big honor. Actually, one of the biggest honors for any female in the history of humanity to be the wife of Prophet Muhammad. But the accountability as well. If they do something wrong, they will have the double punishment. Yes? In our Islamic terminology, al-ghunmu bil-ghurm. When you are honored because you are living in the house of Prophet Muhammad, it means you know 10, 100, 1,000 times more than others. You have a big support. Some people, they say, Sheikh, Ya Allah, I wish, why Allah did not create me at the time Prophet Muhammad? Why? Because I want to live. Do you know whether you will be with Abu Jahl or Abu Lahab with Muhammad? Do you know? Can you make sure whether you will be from the party of Mr. Abu Jahl or not? You don't know. Say, Alhamdulillah, don't discuss this kind of silly things. Why Allah did not create me? Yeah, work with what Allah has given you. Close the file. You can be with Prophet Muhammad in the Jannah. But the idea, if I was born as a son for a multi-millionaire, big politician, very strong person, you think what I will be having in my life is like any normal person who did not have the chance even to go to the university or a decent school or did not have a good food? So I have a stronger body, exposed to everything. I was not suffering in seeking the knowledge. I got easily by a telephone call Harvard, and I'm a Harvard graduate. I always sit with minister because of my father. Do you think when some people, they became arrogant? This is the Korah or Qarun's people. قال إنما أوتيته على علم عندي. فلوسي, this is my money. I've done them by my own power, by my family, by my habibi. وابتغ فيما آتاك الله. Allah is the one who gave you. It's part of your test. Understand the law. You were not given because you have very beautiful eyes. You will not, no. Allah does that. It's whatever you are given, it's part of your test. So ولا تتمنوا ما فضل الله به بعضكم على بعض. Don't keep saying why Allah gave you. القضية whatever He is given better than you in your eyes means more responsibility in the test for Him. That's why many people, they can't understand the magic of Arabic language. When we speak about wazir, who's the wazir? From the word wizr. You know wizr in Arabic, what does it mean? The very, very heavy burden. So the wazir is the one who used to be a normal lay person. When he became wazir, he's in charge of holding a very heavy burden on his shoulder in the day of judgment. If I was just, for example, a father, I'm in charge of my 5 kids. I became the Minister of Education. In the day of judgment, I will be in charge of the millions of students. I was given the responsibility to take a decision. Which curriculum? Which what? Who, the one who composed? Why, when? My decision. I'm part of it. So I'm in charge. I will be accountable for the 5 or 10 or 2 or 100 millions who were affected badly or in a good manner because I became the minister. That's why I'm wazir. By this, that's why, really, wallahi, I don't know how many Arabs, our culture, when a wazir becomes a wazir, he will open his house average 3 months just to welcome people who are congratulating him with Jahannam. Congratulate for what? And I want to understand, wallahi. We say, Allah, Mubarak ma'alik, Mubarak alaysh. Basically, as if he has signed initially the signature of guaranteeing the Jahannam unless otherwise. I'm speaking about the Arab world. But in my dreams, alhamdulillah, in Arab world we have the best place on earth, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. No problems, everything goes smoothly, there's no injustice, but just this is my dreams, I'm talking about, sometimes when I go to sleep, I dream of these things. Just give you a theoretical idea. Alhamdulillah, there is a hereafter, and there's accountability. But the idea, قال ما كان الله ليضيع المؤمنين. Okay, let me stop. Wow. Huh? No, I mean, Zilna, I don't know how to explain to you. In Arabic context, we say, لا تعطي مارة تليفون ولا تعطي شيخ مايكروفون.
Stop. Cut.
In some Arab cultures, they say don't give a mobile phone for a lady and don't give a mic for a sheikh. Both of them, if they start talking, they don't stop. You see? So that's why they were laughing at me, okay? Because they know, if you say don't stop, really I will not stop. It's a big Anyway, at least today, just to make sure really we have fixed something, okay? Can 2 or 3 of you give me what could be the biggest, let's say, information, lesson, concept you have learned today? Just to close today's file, because I'm building, concepts. What did you take? Yes, in brief, yeah.
So
1 point.
Yeah, so when you said that if Allah knows everything, why does He just shortcut it, right? Why doesn't He just put the bad people in the bad place and the good people in the good place? Well, then He'll be like, okay, He's giving you a chance because He knew all that.
Yes.
That's when
So we are in a chance now. We are living in the big chance now. So please enjoy your chance. Jazakallah khair. Yeah, what else? What did you benefit from our discussion today? Something was fixed in your mind. One, brothers?
There will be a test.
Huh?
We are in a test also.
We are in a test, yes, definitely. We are on a big test all the time, continuously. What else?
So we
Yes?
will be distinguished.
Sorry, who's talking?
So like it will be.
Can you speak louder? I can't hear you.
Yeah. So there will be distinguishment. Like there will be distinguished the one who passed the test.
Yes.
Or the one who
We will be distinguished in this worldly life so that Allah will establish the argument against ourselves, for ourselves and against each other, so that the clarity of haqq and batil will be there. So take your decision. Jazakallah khair. Yes, brother.
You will be held accountable for the ni'mah and the gifts that you have.
You will be held accountable for?
For the gifts that you have.
We will be held accountable for the gifts that we were given. We are not receiving gifts because we deserve them. No. It's part of the test. Yes, Jazakallah khair. Last one.
Just be careful when you commit a sin because your body will be witness against you.
Jazakallah khair. Yes. We need to be careful. Your own self, part of your own body will be witnessing against you. ظلم, كذب, افتراء, اعتداء, whatever, any type. Alhamdulillah, we have the big opportunity always for repentance. But in case if I insisted, out of being rude and arrogant, there's no place to escape. And we need really to be scared from Allah. Otherwise, we will be arrogant. And by the way, many of us, we don't break the law. Why? The civil law in our country generally. Why we do not break the law? For why? Because we are scared from the consequences. Jail, scandal, kicking you out of the law. If you are a new immigrant, you might lose your status or whatever, which means you have fear. If for whatever reason you have very strong status, no one can touch you. Do you care? Do you care? If you have the power that no one can affect you, do you care to feel afraid not to do something you would love to do it? No, because you have the power. So you don't care. So that's why if you don't feel afraid from Allah, sometimes when people will say, why? I say, subhanallah, if you accept this in our world of life, what about this? I will finish unless if someone will say something. Yes? Yeah. Yes.
في حديث النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم اني اعوذ بك من جهد البلاء وسوء القضاء. جهد البلاء يعني ممكن يكون البلاء اشد من قدره الانسان على التحمل.
Now he said البلاء حتمي. Now to be tested is a must. But let me just try to add. When you speak about بلاء, which is testing or trial, test or trial has two main big areas. ونبلوكم بالشر والخير فتنة وإلينا ترجعون. When you are tested, it does not mean all the time you are tested in something that you hate or something that's difficult. No, sometimes you are tested with what? Something you do enjoy. So you become a multi-billionaire. Is it something we hate or we love? Is there anyone who hates to be a multi-millionaire? No, actually we are dying just to be rich. All of us. So when I have more money, I will be happy. But it's a big test. It's a big bala, by the way. Because have I paid the zakah? Have I paid the sadaqah? Have I used the money in a correct halal way? Have I helped my... It's a big test. Some people, when they become very rich, they start feeling fed up. They don't want poor people to speak with them. Because, okay, Habibi, have you forgotten when you were crying when you were poor? Ya Allah, give me money to help poor and orphans, Ya Allah. When he became very rich, he became very busy because his breakfast in London, UK, the lunch in Paris, and the dinner in New York or Los Angeles. So he's so busy. There is no room to listen to the poor and needy. This is a big test. This is called kufr. Okay? Let's fix this now. Jahd al-bala. Generally, Ya Allah, give me patience. Give me patience about anything. Because we are weak human beings. We keep now part of the law in parallel. And for example, when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he lost his son Ibrahim. His emotions, feelings. But is there on earth anyone who knows more than Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam about the certainty that his son is in the Jannah and he will meet his son very soon in the Jannah? Yet he what? Cried. Because he is a human being. Okay? This kind. طيب. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. إن العين لا تدمع وإن القلب لا يحزن وإن على فراقك يا إبراهيم ولمحزونون ولكن لا نقول إلا ما يرضي ربنا إن لله وإنا إليه راجعون. Okay, yes, I'm crying. I have sorrow in my heart. However, we don't say except what satisfies Allah. To Allah we belong and to Him we will turn back. طيب. لا نقول إلا ما يرضي means what? Because some people might say, what not يرضي Allah. ليش? They did not accept the ابتلاء, which means they might not be satisfied and they reject this. And if you remember, I need to be finished by this. That's it's a precaution that Allah protect me. I remember, and I told you once, if you remember, I was giving my field of. So I was giving a session about a course in our faculty about how to get into Islam and how to leave Islam. It's part of اللي بدخلك الإسلام ويطلعك من الإسلام. You see, when you say I bear witness, believing in something, you become a Muslim. طب is there some certain things they push you to the exit? Yes. نسميه مكفرات قولية واعتقادية وعملية, which means if you, for example, if you swear, if you commit blasphemy, يعني تشتم الرب, تسب الرب والدين, you lose your faith, you are out. For example, okay, I was explaining this in an academic scientific attitude in the class, in the faculty. So one of the sisters, from my students, she said, Wallahi ya doctor, just a few days ago, I was in a condolence event, Beit Azab. She said the mother, she lost her very young baby who was just born recently after waiting for about 12 years without children. So it's a big test, it's not easy. She said we witnessed her shouting and screaming against Allah in front of all of the sisters. You say, ما عنده أم يحس فيه, ما عنده أم. You know, she was uttering a kufr words. She said, this God, this Allah does not have a mother to feel with me. If she's aware of what she was doing, and most likely, inshallah, she lost her control. But as an example, if she was aware of what was saying, this is committing blasphemy. هذا كلام كفر. This is the test, okay? And this is the reaction. She rejected. And one of the incidents, I don't know how authentic it is. Is it the highest level of sahih or less? I forgot. When Prophet Muhammad ﷺ passed by a woman, she was crying next to a grave. Okay? فقال هوني عليك يا امرأة. She said, take it easy. He wants just to give her some kind of peace of mind. She said, دعك عني. She does not know that he's Muhammad ﷺ. You know, at that time, many people, they do not recognize people, no IDs, no photos, no something. Not everyone knows everyone by face, except when he deals with him, then he became aware of him. Otherwise, anyone is lost in the city, especially big villages or big cities, you can't recognize who is he. Anyway, so he was passing by cemetery or something. She was crying next to a grave. She lost her son, it seems. Badly crying. He wanted just to do some kind of khayr for her. He said, يا امرأة هون عليك. Take it easy. Don't worry, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. She was very rude. She said, دعك عني. Go away. For Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She said, دعك عني فإنك لا تدري مصيبتي. You have no idea about my disaster. Go away. In a very rude way. Then the people, there was a shout, hey, do you know with whom you were speaking? This is Prophet Muhammad. She said, oh my God. She came apologizing. Oh, Prophet, please, I'm very sorry. I did not know. Then he said, إنما الصبر عند الصدمة الأولى. He said, the true patience for Allah's determination is when the disaster comes. Not you say whatever, you do whatever, then, okay, I'm relaxed now, okay, yallah, I will be nice with Allah. No, habibi. That's why sometimes you need to keep preparing yourself. That's why, by the way, we need the dhikr, by the way. How can we patience? Dhikr what? Dhikr, it's not a philosophy. Dhikr, you are mentioning things. What are these? Part of the dhikr, al-akhirah. Part of the dhikr, al-bala. Part of the dhikr, al-ajr. Part of the dhikr, al-maut. Allahumma help me in such and such. Allahumma a'inni. Allahumma ghfirli. Allahumma arhamni. طب arhamni when? Ghfirli what? You keep bringing these ideas. So these concepts are fixed, ready, clear, fresh. When the problem comes, you are ready. It's like the one who's playing the bodybuilding all the time, doing sport on daily basis. Very strong muscles, very healthy body. Someone is about to attack him. He hits him, no problem. But just very small, pain. But if I do nothing 24/7, just one like this, I will have very strong, maybe stiff in my muscles. I might have a heart attack and lose my body. Lose my life. Because I'm not ready for anything. My body is completely ruined. No healthy food, no sports, no good sleep, nothing at all. Just a small hit, I'm lost. all the time I'm ready. Wallahi mata'ala, I'm giving you an idea about dhikr. The importance of dhikr. Ready. That when the test comes, I'm ready. I'm not saying to succeed 100% of 90. At least 51 passed.
بس البلاء يشتد عند ازدياد الإيمان. البلاء يشتد عند ازدياد الإيمان للمسلم.
Yes. But be careful. I mean, he's asking, do we have an extra degree of testing when you are a better believer? Yes. Is this common? Is this common sense? Grade 5, you have a math exam. Is it the same in grade 9? High school, university, PhD. Imagine if they gave you the math test of grade 5 when you are first year PhD in math. This is disrespect for your ability. You became an expert, professional expert worldwide in math. Is it acceptable to test you with a grade 5 math curriculum? No. It's common sense. You became what? That's why Prophet Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم المؤمنون أشد الناس بلاء الأنبياء ثم الذين يلونهم ثم يبتلى المؤمن على قدر إيمانه, which means higher test for higher people, more ajr, more stats in the day of judgment. We have 100 degree in the Jannah or 100 level in the Jannah. So when we put things together, common sense. That's why, by the way, one of the funny things, some people, they say, subhanallah, why Allah did not make me multimillionaire?
Yeah.
Think for a while. Do you think if you are a multimillionaire, you will have the patience to keep giving sadaqat and zakat 24/7? Yes? Do you want to be a multimillionaire? No? Allah, you are wise. MashaAllah. You know, she said no. By the way, no problem to be multimillionaire, but I'm telling you, do you think everyone will pass the exam of giving the sadaqah and zakah of millions? Wallah, by the way, it's not easy. The test is not easy. When you have 1 billion, it means on yearly basis, your zakah is 25 millions. Zakah, not sadaqah. Zakah, which means it's not part of your money. You must give them. Otherwise, you are like a thief who has done a theft and this money belongs to you, which is not your money. Imagine if you decided to repent after 5 years of being a multimillionaire, paying no zakat, and you discover that your zakat is 125 millions. Zakat, talk about the zakat, not the sadaqah. But if you want to distribute 100 millions and to send them to the proper places, satisfying Allah, what is the effort that you need to do not to be cheated, and the people of scammers and fraud and things will not make fun of you and take the money, because it's part of your responsibility. Not just to go and pay. No, you need to do it properly. You need to check, search, make sure, witness. From the time you are a multimillionaire, you have business, you have 10 companies, you need to do it properly, or you will be a sinful person. I'm talking just about the zakat. I'm not talking about other rights. Because you are a multimillionaire, you know 10 politicians, and you know two prime ministers. Okay. Many people, they come to you as a multimillionaire who is very powerful because of your relations and connections. You can, by telephone call, bring someone out of jail because he was sent to jail unjustly. No one will listen to the minister except, you can't speak with them except you because of your status. So people are coming to you, you don't have a time to sit with them. I don't want to speak with the minister because he's a very tough person. But if you spoke with him, he will respond to you. Is this a test or not? Is this a test or not? And all of you colleagues, the multimillionaires, they have arranged since 6 months to go to X country to do hunting as multimillionaires. And you want to enjoy that. And you need to solve this problem. If you want to solve this problem, you will lose the hunt trip. Test or mistest? Wallahi. Wallahi. Imagine if this multimillionaire test happened with a female, not with a man now. Ya habibi. No, seriously. Plastic surgery. Imagine if a multimillionaire female, because you know, the priority for her, for the beauty of her shape, plastic surgery. Okay, because now plastic surgery and the new technology is able to do something look like magic. But it costs what? Millions. Right, the money is there. What will stop me from modifying my nose to be like ex-actress or singer or what will stop me? شوف انت motivation. Are you with me? What will stop me? So don't think, that's why you need to train yourself in the concept of rida, satisfaction. What Allah disdained, do your best. Fight for goodness. Search. If Allah did not well, alhamdulillah. Because you don't know. If you became there, you might be like Qarun or Abu Jahl or someone else. Well, Allah knows. Have I answered? Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm so sorry I took extra half an hour today. But she told me to keep speaking.